Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard, I'm Penge, and welcome to day 9 of the Geek Cupboard's Fes-tea-ve Advent Countdown 2022. So here we are back again with the wonderful tea advent calendar. Now normally at this point we'd open up the advent calendar, we'd find the great big tea door we're looking for, we'd read the little gold thing on front of the tea door, and then we'd kind of get the tea out and we'd look at the tea and kind of muse about what it might taste like, and then I'd go away and brew the tea. And that's kind of what normally happens, but we might have a little bit of a problem with that today because I've just done all that stuff. I've just done all the things that I've just said, but unfortunately my phone decided that it didn't want to keep that particular video that I requested, and it just forgot about it. So I use my phone, hello everybody, I use my phone to do the recording, so to do these sort of video bits you're looking at now, and I set my phone to record and I could see that it was recording, and then I finished up, so I did all the stuff that I wanted to do, and I said, now we go to the kettle, and then I pressed stop on my phone. My phone went, oh, that's good. I'm glad you wanted to record that moment in time. I have no interest in recording that moment in time. Away with this. And it just completely didn't save it at all. I don't know what happened to it. It's not on my phone. It's not backed up. It's just not there. It has entirely gone. So currently, the door that we're looking for, today's door in the advent calendar, is open and the tea is out. But we're just going to have to kind of pretend. So here we go. Oh, here is the advent calendar. Let's open it up and look for door number 9, shall we? Here we go. Where could door number 9 possibly be? Even though I know where it is exactly. Oh, look, it's over here in this corner. So, yeah, it's down here, look. So it's over here. It is open. It is open because I opened it on the failed video attempt. So the little kind of goal thing does say watch a sunrise. That might be quite tricky to do right now because, it's the middle of the day at the moment. So I can't do that today because the sun has already risen. I might be able to do it at some point. I don't know. I mean, it's easier for us here in the UK right now to do that because it's winter, so the sun comes up a bit later. So we could potentially just, get up early enough, try and find out when the sunrise times are, and then go and have a little look. It'll be very cold. It's proper cold in the UK at the moment, but it'll be a bit chilly. But I suppose I could give that a go. We'll try over the weekend or something, possibly. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, we'll try and watch a sunrise. It's not something that we'd have to sort of get up overly early for. In the summer, you'd have to get up very early, but we might be able to manage that one. So I'll give that a go, advent calendar. I'll give it a go. And then, yes, this is the tea that we got out of it. So pretend I've opened that door. Oh, look. Oh, what tea have we got? My goodness, hang on. So the little quote thing says, the future is in your hands. Brew it well, which I do quite like. I like that one. And the tea for today is Melbourne breakfast. Or is it Melbourne? Oh, I'm not quite sure. Is it Melbourne or Melbourne? Melbourne. I'm going to go to Melbourne. Melbourne. I think it's Melbourne rather than Melbourne, isn't it? Melbourne breakfast. When the winds start howling, this brew will see you through. Indulge a little with this full-bodied sweet vanilla tea. Bound to keep you cosy all year round. Sip it up Melbourne style. Okay, so a kind of a sweet vanilla tea. It's a black tea, isn't it? Yeah, flavoured black tea. So it says perfect on its own or with a dash of milk. I might have it on its own. I might have that one on its own. So here we go. We know what the tea is. We've kind of looked at the door. We went a little bit kind of wonky. That's why the door's open, because my phone decided to not retain any information at all. So hopefully it can keep this particular video. So I think now we know what our tea is, we've got to go to the kettle. And here we are with our lovely freshly brewed cup of Melbourne breakfast tea. And I mean, to look at it, yes, it's very clearly a black tea. It looks like a black tea. Now, in terms of how the tea smells, it does smell quite vanilla-y, but only quite close up. Like, I can't smell vanilla from here. I can't smell it while the tea is all the way down there on the table. But if I do put it right to my nose and give it a sniff, then yes, I can definitely smell vanilla. Which is what you would expect, because that's kind of the whole point of this Melbourne breakfast tea, isn't it? It's got a vanilla-y kind of, a sweet vanilla-y flavour to it. So, okay, let's have a taste, shall we? Let's see if it tastes stronger than it smells. Okay, it doesn't taste that strong of vanilla. It tastes like a black tea. It tastes like a sweeter black tea. A sweeter black tea. Hang on. We have to go in for a second tasting of this. Hang on. Okay, that's quite interesting because it smells more vanilla-y than it tastes. It doesn't taste that vanilla. It tastes a bit like a regular, as I would say, a regular cup of a regular tea, nothing kind of fancy, but maybe it's got a bit of sweetener in it. Maybe not sugar. It's got sort of a different kind of sweetness to it, but yeah, it's not overly vanilla-y. I wouldn't drink that and go, okay, yeah, that's packed with vanilla. I mean, it's quite nice. It's quite nice. It's a sort of a sweeter black tea. That's no bad thing. It's okay, but I wouldn't say it's vanilla-y. Hang on. Grab the little packet thing. What does it say? So black tea, artificial vanilla flavouring. That's all that's in it. I mean, it doesn't taste that vanilla-y. I'm quite surprised. I thought it would be very, very overpoweringly sort of vanilla-y. I mean, when I got the tea bag out of the packet, it was very strong smelling. It smelled like ice cream. I was like, oh, vanilla ice cream. This smells really good. And then I left it in for potentially a bit longer than it should have been left in as well, because I did go and speak to Mrs. Penge. So it possibly was in a little bit longer than it should have been. So I would have expected the taste, to be even stronger. But no, there's kind of not really a particularly potent vanilla taste to it. I mean, it's not bad. It's quite a nice drinkable tea. It's not overly bitter for a black tea. Because sometimes, like if I made a cup of Yorkshire Gold and didn't put milk in it and left it to brew for as long as I normally do, it would be quite a bitter thing to drink. So when you add milk in, it makes it a little bit less bitter, I should say. But yeah, that's quite, as for a black tea, it's quite nice to drink on its own without milk in. It's quite nice, but I just wouldn't say it was vanilla. It smells vanilla a little bit, but then when you drink it, I wouldn't say there's a very sort of strong taste of vanilla. It just tastes a bit sweet, as though maybe it's got some sweetener in or something. But okay, there we go. So we've got some tea, which is nice. Yeah, it's an okay cup of tea. I shall certainly enjoy it. Let's go over to today's question, which comes from Lil Al. Hopefully I said that right. It's like L-I'-L, which is like Lil, but like you're saying little, but not. So Lil Al. And they ask, what is your day job? Now, I think we did answer this in one of the previous Fes-tea-ve advent calendars, but many new people have joined since then. So I think it's worth covering again. It's not very exciting, I'm afraid. It's not very exciting. So if you've got trouble sleeping, then maybe listen to this bit. You'll nod off. So I do computer programming. I do SQL programming, which is like a sort of a language that you can use to query information and get stuff out of databases. And I do sort of Oracle programming and kind of app building. So application building and sort of system design type stuff. I won't say who I work for, but I've been there for a very, very long time, doing a multitude of jobs at that place. I've done several jobs over there. I've done 4, but one of them was kind of broken up into sort of little smaller jobs around the department I'm in. So I've done many different jobs at that place, but I've been doing this particular job that I'm in now for, how long is it for? 10 years. Good grief. I've only just realised, 10 years. 2012 I started doing that job. Oh, wow. Okay, there you go. Happy 10 years of doing the job I'm doing now. So I've been there for a good long time, but I've been there for many years before that as well, doing different things. So I've been at the same place for a while, a little bit, becoming part of the furniture kind of thing. So it is, computer programming. So I tend to either build systems. So somebody will come along and say, hello, I need a system that allows me to do the thing that I need to do for my job. We need a thing to record this thing and then make sure that if somebody, looks at that thing, it's logged and we can change the thing. So I'll build a system that makes sure that people can do what they need to do, and I'll put buttons in that means people can remove things or delete things or add people or take away, stuff in a shopping basket or whatever. It's not shopping basket related, but that's an example. So it's sort of, I'll just do many whatever it needs to be done within reason. We can build a particular system that does that, and then we kind of maintain it afterwards and we look after it. We can also build, I sometimes get around to building apps to do sort of smaller, quicker jobs. So a system is more sort of full, whereas apps are a little bit sort of more direct and more sort of quick, just sort of a quick access to just go and do this, that, or the other. Sometimes they're sort of pushed out onto mobile devices for the people that might be around the place. So people on mobile phones and such like can use them, and tablets or whatever, so they can kind of use the apps. And then more recently, I've been doing interfacing work. See, I told you it wasn't very exciting. Interfacing work. So basically, I write a script to take data out of one system and either put it into another one, so take it from one and go, hey, there you go into the other one. But there's got to be a bit of sort of rejigging of the data in the middle. So sometimes you get the data out of one, and then it goes, okay, that's fine, but I don't want that bit of data there to be that long, or I don't want that date to be in that format, or I don't want those numbers to have that on it. So you have to kind of you get the data out, do a bit of transformation in the middle, and then you load it into the other system. ETL, extract, transform, load. Yep, see, still boring. And yeah, I do quite a bit of that. And then sometimes just get the data out of a system and then you email it to people. You kind of just send it to people because they just want like a daily record of stuff that's happened over the past 24 hours. So you can go, okay, hang on a minute, here's my script. It does this. It's gathered all this information. It's packaged it up nicely for you, put everything in nice columns and, sanitized it all and got rid of all the rubbish characters that people leave in and done some checks and stuff. And then it goes, boop, there you go. I've put it into a file. You can now look at that and do what you would like with it. And that's kind of it. So yeah, that's what I do. So yeah, SQL is more sort of a language that you can code in that allows you to get stuff out of database. So you could go into it and go, okay, select all of the names of people that live in Scotland or whatever. And then it would bring back that. You could go, okay, right, that's fine. Now bring me back all the surnames of people that live in Scotland who are over the age of 40 or whatever. And that's what that does. But of course, it's in a programming language, so it's like a structure kind of thing. And then, yes, then I do Oracle as well. So a lot of sort of SQL programming and Oracle programming. And yeah, I use Oracle Apex, which is like an application builder to build apps with. And then sort of, yeah, Microsoft SSIS and stuff like that to build sort of more SQL sort of driven apps and interfaces and things. And that's kind of it. That's it. That's what I do. It's not overly exciting, but it's quite, I do quite like it. I like it because it's like you get a puzzle. Somebody comes to you and says, okay, I've got this information over here in this system and it needs to go over here into this system. Can you do that? And you kind of have to look and it's a little bit like a puzzle. You have to kind of go, okay, right, so I can get that out of there. That's fine. But then I can't put it into there because that system doesn't like that, doesn't like that date being in that format and that number being, 4 decimal places it wants 2. So you kind of have to work out what it's doing and try and transform it and get the right things and then work out what happens if there's a problem and work out what happens if there's duplicates or whatever. So yeah, it is a little bit like kind of puzzle solving. And yeah, it's okay. Some stuff is more interesting than other stuff. Some projects are a little bit kind of, oh, goodness me, and some are a bit more exciting. But yeah, I think you get that with any job, wouldn't you? Some things are going to be better than others, some aspects of jobs. But yeah, do you know what? I can't complain. It's very good. I have a job, which is wonderful. Not everyone has this, and maybe they should be more deserving of such things than I am. But yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I have a job, and I am not complaining about it. I'm very grateful that I've got that, and yeah, it's good. It's good. I've been there for a long time, so clearly I'm quite happy with where I am and what I'm doing and such like. So yeah, that is what I do. I am a computer programmer with SQL and Oracle stuff, and I build stuff for people. But normally, yeah, at the moment I'm doing more kind of behind the scenes stuff. But I have been, so yeah, making systems and things that people use and buttons to click on and things to do and tables to show on screen and information, all that kind of stuff. And there you go. Hopefully that is okay. And hopefully if there's anybody left awake, hopefully that was quite interesting too. Because some people out there, you might be SQL programmers. You might know about Oracle. You might know about SQL or SSIS or whatever. You might be going, oh, I do all those things. Brilliant. There we go. Some of you will have just gone, I don't know what you're talking about. You're speaking gibberish. Please stop this. So there we go. I think that's the question answered. We can finish things up for now because, yeah, I'll go on too much longer and everybody will just be sound asleep. So, yes, there we go. Question done. Tea is brewed. I will go and finish this and it's all going to be wonderful. So for now, thank you very much for joining me on day 9 of the Fes-tea-ve Advent Countdown 2022 and I will see you next time. I really hope I don't have to send children down into coal mines or whatever, because I would feel like a terrible person. Hello, robot, and I shall call you Alan. Still some homeless people, still hungry people, still sick people. Okay, if you try and reach London, you will end up frosty and dead. Great big human lollipop.